Recording in progress.
Oh my gosh, AI.
Questions for Grant Williams?
Start with Sherrod.
Start with Sherrod Blakely.
Grant, every year players tend to come back with certain things they want to get significantly better at, and they want to get better at everything, but there's certain areas that they kind of really hone in on. What are some areas that you focused on this offseason as you look forward to this upcoming year?
Conditioning, 3-point shooting. Those are probably the two biggest things. And then improving strides defensively. Those are probably the three biggest things I'll work on each summer. And those are probably the most important things that will happen this season. So those are probably the three most important things and three things that I did work on.
Next question, Grant. Go ahead. Next question, Grant, is on Zoom from Bobby Manning.
Muted.
Thanks, Grant. I got two questions for you. With Ime, two things he talks about: relatability and communication. What are those two things with this new staff feel like so far for you guys? How are you kind of communicating differently as a team with the coaching staff, with each other? And then just what's kind of your thoughts on how Rob's grown and what he's looking like early on this year?
Rob improved so much, not only just through college, but NBA. He's one of the best bigs in the league, and he's going to prove that this year. Just passing the ball athletically, he's gifted, and you'll see a little bit more growth from him and consistency. And then in terms of relatability and communication through the staff, it's just they're there every single day. Each one of them, they're there if you need to work out. Each one of them have your back and support if you need to talk to them. And then at the end of the day, they are very personable because a lot of them played. A lot of them had a role, whether it was Damon in the NBA, whether that's Will Hardy, whether that's Aaron Miles. You have down the line, you have a lot of guys who have basketball knowledge and experience. So it's just exciting to see and exciting to be a part of.
In person, the Taylor Snow.
Hey, Grant. How much are you looking forward to getting to learn from Al and also being back with Ennis again? Just how do you think that will benefit you having those two veterans working with you?
I feel like it's going to be a great opportunity. Al, the player that he is, makes it easier for everyone around him every single day, no matter who he's playing with. And he's so gifted when you see him play. I've never really played with him like in a pickup setting or even just basketball setting. I've played against him. And you see all the skill that he possesses: shooting, passing, ability to cut, read the game. And then Ennis, you know how he is. He's a bruiser. He's a hard worker. And having him back allows us to kind of get back to that whole bruise mentality of rebounding and punishing guys on that end, and gives us another post presence where you need to throw the ball in for a quick bucket.
Front row, Gary Washburn.
Grant, two quick ones. One, how does it feel to have another volunteer on the team? I mean, what was that like when you guys acquired Josh? And I mean, what's your relationship like with him? Do you go back with him at all?
So Jay Rich and I actually have the same agent, the exact same agent. And then we've known each other since I was in school. He came on my visit, was it 7 years ago, maybe? I have a picture of us on my visit. It's kind of goofy. I looks young and he looks even younger. So it was definitely great to have him around. I think we're living like a mile away from each other too. So it's like we're going to be with each other a lot. And having a fellow Vol, having that presence and having him around, I feel like it's going to be a big value for us.
And in college, you were a quality scorer. Is that something that you can not get back to, but you haven't had a lot of opportunities to score? Is that something that you're working on, not only the 3-point shot, but in the post and being able to kind of bring in more offensive presence?
Absolutely. You want to be a threat at all times so that they don't feel like they can be a matchup advantage against you. So something that I continually work on. But at the end of the day, I'm going to play towards the role that I'm asked to play. Whatever that is, whatever this team needs, that's what I'll be. And that's something that as I've gotten older, even though it's only been 3 years, I'm starting to learn that the best way to make an impact is by doing your role and doing it the best way possible. And that's something that I got away from a little bit last season. So this season, I'm trying to get back to.
Grant, you mentioned conditioning a big focus for you this summer. How has your body changed? And then I do have a follow-up when you're done.
All right. So I remember my first year I got here, I had to gain weight to play the 5. And so when I gained that weight, I never lost it. Went into the next season, was playing the 4, was sluggish, playing inconsistently, so I gained weight throughout the season. So I think myself, Brad, and everyone, we knew we kind of wanted to get back down to where I was. And so I lost about 12 pounds, 15 pounds already. And then now I'm probably going to still go down another 8 to 10 during the season as time goes on. But that's something that I've been very keen in on and trying to focus on as mature and professional as I could be.
And then that kind of goes into, what do you see your role as on this team now that you are familiar with the league and with the additions that have been made in the front court?
Yeah, with the pieces that we've added and also with the way this outlook of this team looks, just being a guy who makes it easier for everyone else, knocks down open shots, creates matchup advantages, whether that's through screening, possession of the ball, passing, similar to that of kind of like Baby Al. Al's kind of similar route. He scores at probably at a higher rate than I do, but similar to that kind of complexion is where I see it, and I think that's where we're going. But if anything, just whatever I'm asked. If that's not it, then I'll adjust whatever it is and go from there.
In the back of the room, John Corrales, Grant.
Yeah, just kind of along those same lines. You're working towards whatever you're working towards, but then you see the team bringing in established guys that play your same position, similar position. What's that do for you mentally? And can you also explain what you were doing this summer when you made the choice not to go to summer league? What was your off-season plan?
Yeah, mentally, it just makes you excited. If you're not excited, then you're not the player that probably should be around. It makes you even more competitive. It makes you just want it even more because, yes, the veteran presence are there, but you still want to make impact and provide value to the team. So it makes you that competitive edge come out. And then when it came to summer league, we had that communication, decided that probably shouldn't play. And then I just decided that was a big thing to work on the body, work on my conditioning, work on the ability to add that offensive side of the game. And then I still practice with the summer league team too. So a little bit of mix of both, and then continue to improve physically over the time.
I have a question from Sherrod Blakely.
Yeah, you had touched on a little bit earlier about just kind of getting away from some things that had worked for you in the past last season. And I'm just curious, what were some of those things and what are you doing to rectify that going forward? Because obviously, like most young players, you just want to keep getting better and better with time.
Absolutely. I think the show of maturity is by your performance and how you do that. And for me, I think at times you think that that's only by scoring the ball or by doing this or whatever. But what you learn is the biggest impact is, for one, the left side of the column, if you get the win, and also for two, if the people around you really enjoy playing with you, if the people around you like seeing the success as much as you like seeing their success. And that's something that I had a lot of my rookie season. I struggled with a little bit last season because of inconsistency, and that's something I will admit to. So that's why I'm excited to get back to this third year, come in with that same mindset of embracing the role that I'm in and embracing the team that's around me.
We'll wrap it up right there. Thank you very much, Grant.
Thank you, guys.